was him that instigated Ranty's conversion.
Bev didn't instigate anything. They pinched one of Bev's son's pictures. Bev didn't give it them. They took it.
But Ranty is citing Bev as the reason for his conversion.
Yes, he probably is, because they know Bev has got something that is going to disprove this fucking nonsense that you're pushing.
Oh.
And you want to
How's he going to do that?
I know you do.
So
how's he going to do that?
So Bev's definitely not one of the shill people then, is that right? Are we absolutely sure?
I'm not talking about Bev and what he is and what he isn't. What I'm saying is, I seen this coming. It would be, nearly 9 months ago now, when Ranty took that $400 without any bloody moaning or groaning or asking why. He just got his payout.
It took a lot more than $400, dude.
It has took them this long to come up with the show, because that was all the show. They'd come up with a show to present why he's flipped. Now, if you listen to it and take it in, more be it you're a moron for listening to it. It's bullshit. You can't have curvature ahead of you and not have curvature left to right. It's fucking lunacy. Unless we live on a tube, of course.
Well,
we don't live on a tube, do we?
Or another explanation could be you're seeing a different distance left to right to what you are going away from you. How about that for an explanation? And you shouldn't instantly assume that the distances are the same. How about that?
Yeah, that's true. There would be a different curvature amount. Yes, I agree with you. But there still would be curvature, wouldn't there?
Given any example that you choose, what curvature amount would there be?
Let's take the Pontchartrain Bridge for an example then. 24 miles across. And
what elevation?
This is their rhetoric, not mine.
All right, but what elevation are you?
28-meter hump in the middle. But looking on it side on, there is no curvature.
That's not true. That's not true. Stanley has.
That is exactly what they say in the video.
Hang on. No, they don't. Stanley.
Yes, they do.
Who says that? In what video?
Where he shows the graph and then he zooms round to look at it side on, and he said, of course, you would not see curvature.
Right.
From the
maybe.
Why not?
Listen. Right. Now be quiet. Maybe not from that angle. However, on his channel, he has a number of videos that he's taken from different angles where you do still see the curvature from left to right. So
do you?
You're incorrect. Yes. Yes.
You fucking brainwashed, man.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, you haven't seen his channel. What you've done is seen one photograph that he's taken or one frame of a video that he's taken, and you're basing everything off that. I hear it all the time. I've probably heard 30 flat earthers say, oh, it's just one photograph, when he's got a channel full of hours and hours of video of the thing.
Listen, if they've got curvature ahead of them, it has to be the same left to right. If it's the same distance ahead of them.
If it's the same distance. But when is that the case?
It has never been left to right.
When is that the case, Brian? Do you have an example where that is the case?
Well, what about 120 miles across the sea? Where there is no curvature.
Where have you got an example of that?
All measurable.
My phone's ringing.
It is impossible. You have been lied to. Everybody has been lied to. Some people can see through it. Some people can't. And some people are here to hide the lie.
I cannot believe that Ranty became a flat earth. I cannot believe that Ranty became a flat earther, became a glober picture.
I can't believe that people leave the flat earth.
Nonsense.
Hang on.
Jeremy,
is Ranty really a glober now?
He says on the globe side. Never a flat earther to start with. They implant these people to flip-flop like other people have done.
But if Ranty won't be able to flat earther, you were never a true flat earther. That makes sense.
Ranty won't be able to justify this image. I mean, to me, it's just a quick get out. He's already demonstrated how this works. So it sounds what Jem has said. Jem usually gets it right on these things, and it's obviously he's backed off. He's mixing with regular people, and he doesn't want to bring up flat Earth. So the best thing is to do is just to go along with the grain. What it is, Brian. It's not. You couldn't argue this. Is what I'm trying to say. Like he couldn't come here now and say, well, he'd have to just say things like this. Well, that's just my opinion. You know, I just think now that just looks like a globe, just like a belief, like a religion. So he wouldn't be like, oh, I've measured to that point where there is drop, I've established a horizontal. You know, none of those things would happen, Brian. So we don't have to panic, Jeremy, Brian, Lemon, in any way, okay? Because the leaders of the new school are here, and obviously we've set the pace, and we demand demonstrations. Now we've just been through, you know, you see something, doesn't mean that it is. Flat Earthers have measurements. We have established a horizontal plane, and there was no drop from that horizontal plane.
Timo, I thought you were a glober. Timo, aren't you a glober?
Was it? We got the facts.
That's the facts, right? That's what we've done. So we're not talking about what we've.
Where? Timo, are you a glober or a flat earther?
What do you think, dude? Does the Earth look like it's a globe? Do we have evidence of rotation? Do we have evidence of curvature? I mean, come on, we can't just go with our feelings, right? We can't just say, I feel like it's a ball. I can't just look at a picture and decide, oh, well, I look at this picture, and then because it feels like it's a ball, well, yeah, that looks like it's a ball. That would be...
So you were playing devil's advocate earlier.
Yes, I was just saying, like, you know, Ranty's switching, why can't anyone switch? It's just not, and I was just basically with Don and Lemon, that was just sharpening their skills. Don and Lemon, yeah, so sharpening their skills, yes.
I called out your phallus. Don't forget I called out your phallus.
So, hey, Kimo, do you watch Skyfree in their videos?
What I would say to anybody, if you've donated to Ranty, you have been misled. And you deserve your donation back.
No, I mean, Ranty could be trolling these guys right
I reckon well, it's not trolling. Like, I think what Jamie said is right. It's absolutely right. Get back into the real world. You can't be associated with flat Earth. It's that powerful. You see, it affects communities, friends, family. He wants to get back to, you know, he's not part of the community, as Jamie said. He wants to get back to regular life. And you can't wear a flat Earth badge.
Not framing it in quite the same way as I did, but I take your point.
No, but that's what
it shows. He's a scientist. It shows he's a scientist. He has information. He found new information that shows that the Earth is round. Therefore, he changed his mind.
Tell me if it's the placemat curving. Tell me if it's the placemat curving or is the temperature changing of the room temperature changing, making it look like that. Because if it's if the placemat starts to curve, then that's like magic.
I have no idea what I'm looking at.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. However, Don, you can just stop trying to establish that there are optical effects that go on sometimes. We know this. Nobody denies this.
He never mentioned that, though, did he? In that analog.
Yeah, but there's like a whole shitload of mountain missing.
He did mention
Yeah, because they opened up the screen door and allowed the temperature to change in the room.
Incorrect.
He did mention that. You know what? If somebody else interrupts me, I'm going to get crazy. He did mention that. He talked about how clear the photograph was and how there didn't appear to be any optical effects going on. So he did talk about that. Thank you.
That weren't really talking about it then, was it?
Well, you can't.
Hear what he said he was making.
You can say there aren't any, and that's it. You can't go on to discuss the things that aren't there. Why would you do that? If the things are there, you can go on to discuss them.
It must be the first picture ever that has not had optical effects affecting the picture.
That's not true. Oh, is that true of the Black Swan then? Is that optical effects?
I don't believe in pictures, mate. I've said they are all distorted. Every picture that you take is distorted. You know I've said that all along.
Okay, let's get back to Ranty a little bit. So let's think about this again. Use your brain, guys. Right? So he's already denied everything, like everyone's lied. You know, NASA's fake, moon landers are fake. So over one picture, you think that he now believes all that to be true, okay, based on this observation.
But I don't think he hasn't said anything about NASA, has he? I very much doubt that his position on that has changed. He probably hasn't. That's often the halfway house, isn't it, for people who do this? You end up in a sort of a Tim Osmond state where, you know, he denies flat Earth, but still thinks NASA are faking everything, or at least some things.
No, I mean, again, there's
not everything, but some.
We're not going to.
Why would you drop something if you're making £2,000 a month? Why would you drop that?
He wasn't.
You make that sort of money, James, because I know you freaking don't.
When was he making £2,000 a month? Where have you got that from?
Haven't you heard? Didn't you listen to his? Didn't you listen to him?
Yes, he haven't been up to date with the super.
But he wasn't making £2,000 a month when he stopped doing it.
Well, that's what he said. Why would I do this if I was making £2,000 a month? Now, all the YouTubers
that
I know,
he wasn't making £2,000 a month.
It's a pittance that fucking YouTube takes.
He wasn't making that, Brian. He wasn't making that. He was saying that like he wasn't worth being on YouTube. Not enough to stay on YouTube. You know,
right? Unless he was making £2,000 a month.
So
I've got to go back through that because I'm 100% sure he said I was making £1,500 to £2,000 a month.
Maybe he was at one time, but he wasn't towards the end there, was it?
You know people don't make that money.
I make that much.
What, on YouTube? You can do. Super chats and...
Not on YouTube though, is it?
That's how much
ad revenue
and then they take 30%, don't they, of your super chats?
So my point was,
but it adds up, right?
Yeah, Ranty, just a quick point. I heard Ranty, and yeah, he did say that. Mabit is right. He said I was making 1,500 to 2,000 pounds a month.
I can believe that.
On YouTube. I wasn't doing it all the time, but that was good money. He said if I wanted to keep making that money, I would stay a flat earther. So I'm just jump into the globe. He has anything to do with the money. It's just with his own truth. He cannot keep now this farce when he's in evidence now. But he was making 1,500 to 2,000 at one point. Yeah.
Maybe at one point, but not. But look, Brian, this environment, okay, is extremely toxic. I mean, I don't think you realise how it affects some people. You know, and some people just don't want to be a part of it. Like, just want to forget the whole thing. Like, the people in it, the whole, you know, everything they've done. You know, sometimes they just delete their videos. And I think, you know, like I say, I agree with what Jem is saying. Like, you know, the community seems to be falling apart, right? And everyone's falling out. There's no cohesion. And, you know, you just got to get out sometimes. You've got to get out. A lot of the flat earthers want to get out because of the toxicity, not because they think it's a globe or anything like that.
I've not fell out with anybody.
No, but I'm saying not here. All of it, the whole community, is a toxic place. Like it's very violent, and you know, angry, and it's all these things. Yes, it's 100 miles an hour all the time.
Like I said, when I seen Sam pay him all that money, I predicted it then, and you can ask them in Bev's chat. They will confirm it. I predicted that he would flip to the globe then. So to me,
what was your reasoning, Brian? Because I don't understand the reasoning. Because what you're saying is he's there doing a YouTube stream as a flat earther. Another flat earther comes in and gives him a big pile of money. And at that point, you thought, right, he'll be turning to the globe soon.
Yes.
Why?
Because Sam ain't a flat earther, is he? He's a plant. I mean,
why do you think that? Why do you think
three brain cells to work this out, mate?
Okay, but why do you... Okay, what's your reasoning for that?
Well, he was not a real flat earther.
Hang on, Bon Jovi. What is your reasoning, Brian, for saying he's a plant?
Why would you give somebody all that money?
Some people have got a lot of money.
What would be your reasoning to fuck $400 or $500 at somebody?
Well, how do you get from that?
Because you believe in their cause?
Yes, I think so.
No, you don't.
Why
Nobody does that. No.
Well, why does anybody give Well, why does somebody give a small super chat?
A small, I could understand it. £5, £10.
Okay, but why? But why? What's their
I could
reason?
understand that.
But what's their
Basically, to get
reason
their
for
point
doing it?
over. Most people get.
But are they doing that because they support the person that they're watching?
No, usually it's because
Okay,
they
why
want
are
to
they
get
doing
their
it?
question out.
They're just doing
yeah.
it so they can ask a question.
Yes.
That's not true, Brian, and you know.
Ask.
A lot of super chats, especially the ones Ranty got, weren't questions.
Well, I told you,
people supporting the show and supporting what he does.
When I seen that money change hands, I predicted it. Maybe it was just a good guess. I don't know. But to me, that is the absolute payoff that happened for him to leave the arena.
But how? I just don't see how you get from somebody who's being a popular flat earther on YouTube is doing a show about flat earth. Someone gives them a load of money. Let's say they're not a flat earther. And that, because somebody gave them a lot of money for being a flat earther on YouTube, that motivated them to stop being a flat earther on YouTube. How does that make any sense?
I had the question given to me a few days ago. What would it take for you to come back to the ball? And I replied, as I will to anybody, there is fuck all that will take me back onto the ball. Nothing, no money in the world would take me back to that ludicrous fucking brainwashing that you're all in.
Yeah, but what if you came
You ignored my question.
What if you came across evidence that it was a ball?
Well, he doesn't care anymore now, does he?
There is no evidence. I've been in this for 7 years now. There is no evidence.
He's in that place. Like Brian's logic the other day, who said, "Well, we just know it's not flat. Even if Jeremy's observations showed that the sun moved as expected, it wouldn't prove anything because we already know it's flat." And that's where you are, isn't it? It's like, it doesn't matter what we show you. You just say, well, there's something else that shows me it's
being on a spinning ball. There is no evidence. You lot are brainwashed to believe there is, but there isn't.
But my question was, what if there was evidence?
But there isn't.
But what if there was? What would you do?
If there was actual evidence that I could, confirm to myself, then I would go straight back on the ball. And I wouldn't want to fucking pay off by the powers who run this shit.
You're nuts. If you think that he was paid to leave flat
He was.
Earth.
I watched it happen.
But why? Why wouldn't somebody just go to him behind the scenes, send him an email and say, look, if you stop being a flat earther, I'll give you thousands of pounds. Why would they do it publicly so that everyone can see and reward them for being a flat earther in order to stop them from being a flat earther?
It's the fool people like you.
But how does it
exactly?
But how did it fool Ranty though? How did it fool Ranty? How did he? How did he get the message that being paid for being a flat earther on YouTube was motivated him to stop being a flat earther on YouTube?
No,
I don't get it.
The money made him not make any more because the contract that he signed for the money.
Oh, right. So they did a contract and everything behind the scenes, but the money they did publicly to fool me.
Yeah, it's obviously working, isn't it?
No,
it's working.
How has it fooled me? All I think is Ranty was given. All I think is Ranty was given some money. They could have paid him without me knowing about it. Then I wouldn't even know about the money. Neither would you. That would be a better way of fooling me, surely.
You can't do things like this in secret.
But they can do the contract part in secret. How did they do the contract? So they drew up a contract in secret, got him to sign it in secret, but they couldn't send him any money in secret.
Yeah,
they couldn't just get his bank details and send him the money. No, we'll have to pay you via YouTube chat.
You don't think that'd be traceable?
Let me explain this to you. So when you're working with people,
it's traceable through a YouTube chat.
I know, right in front of your face, so you won't question it.
What would be the point?
See, when you're dealing with
doesn't lead anywhere, does it? It would lead me to think
with these kind of
he's
people,
being paid. All I could think of, if I thought there was something underhand going on, would be I would think he's being paid to be a flat earther. He'll probably keep being a flat earther so that he keeps being paid to be a flat earther. Wouldn't I? That's what anybody would think.
You have to understand that these people, they need to, like, when they lie about something, they need to let a little bit of the truth slip out.
Oh, it's a hidden in plain sight thing, is it? They're just doing it to mock us.
It's not to mock us, it's to, like, that's the
So you've given up on all the
have.
crap about how they couldn't possibly do it in secret. You've given up on those shit excuses that you dreamed up off the cuff and then realised they didn't work at all. We've stopped that. We've come up with a new ad hoc excuse now.
I predicted this very thing would happen.
But you can't provide any reasoning for your prediction.
Super chats. Now, whether it's just coincidental, I don't know.
You're mad.
Well, let me ask Jem a second.
I predicted exactly this situation would happen with Ranty.
Jem, is there nothing suspicious in terms of like if someone showed you a picture of a flat Earth, would you go, "Yeah, okay, now I'm on the flat Earth side," over a picture?
I don't think it's just that. I think it's been happening for a while. I think Ranty's had doubts for a long time, even before he finished his show. I think he had the beginnings of doubts, and I think that the things that have happened to him in his real life have been the catalyst, I guess. And this picture is just a really good piece of evidence. I mean, I love these. It's like the Miles Davis one, where you can actually see the curvature taking place, as it were. And I think they are very compelling, and I'm not surprised he's found it compelling at a time in his life where he was ready to drop this anyway. I think.
No, but what I'm saying is that he's got this picture. All of you have doubt because that's what you're here. Some of you are thinking, well, where's the model? If you didn't have doubt, you wouldn't ask for a model. You wouldn't ask for flat Earth proof. You wouldn't ask for any flat Earth evidence. So if we showed you a picture at this point of all the questions that we've been questioning, there's no way that you would say, yeah, this with all what the flat earthers have said in the past, and now I have this picture. Yeah, it makes sense. I'm on the flat Earth side.
I think though.
Yeah, but
Kimo,
what, Jem?
You're forgetting to take one really important piece into account.
Yeah, but what?
I was going to say I just don't think they're equivalent.
Why?
In terms of the quantity and quality of the evidence that's available for each proposition. But I have to nip out. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't have any evidence. Any other evidence. That was the point, is that the Globers hear both sides. So you're all in doubt because you asked for models. You asked for proof of a flat Earth. So if we just presented a picture, like I said, there's no way Ranty would look at our picture and decide his entire worldview based on a picture. After all the
of a 14-year-old's snapshot.
Right, with all the experiments he's done.
Exactly. Complete utter nonsense.
I don't know why you were muted, Patient. Well, let's get you.
There, I think all the experiments that he's done already raised doubts in him because, of course, when you do experiments properly, it proves the globe.
Experiment? What experiment did he ever do?
Whatever experiments Kimo mentioned, you didn't question him on it. So,
what experiments did he ever do, Kimo?
I feel like Ranty was.
So he's done how things are obstructed experiment.
It's not an experiment, is it?
Well, yeah, because we have an observed phenomenon in nature where things seem to be obstructed by something that's not physical. So we need to so we can predict.
What is variable?
Well, the variable would be like a lens in effect. So how can we create that? We have to change temperatures and basically recreate what we see in nature, which is what we're able to do. We're able to bring things back over obstruction, and we're able to block things, Brian, bottom up. That is not physical. Bearded Dragon has got an experiment right now. We can show the bottom of an object, obscured, obstructed, and it's not physical. So these are the things that happen in nature. These are the things that happen in nature, and we're able to replicate, Brian, in nature what we see. That's the whole point of science, you see?
Chemo. That's a lie you just told.
Well, where's Jeremy? Didn't he say that? Oh, Jeremy's gone. Oh, Jeremy's here, yeah.
No, I didn't. In fact, I
man,
explicitly stated
it's thermal
that it's
layer,
not being obstructed.
Thermal layer.
Thermal layer, you said, yes, remember?
I did not state that it was being obstructed. I said this multiple times. Every single time y'all said it, I said no.
You said it was being obstructed by the thermal
I did not
layer.
say it was being obstructed.
You said we couldn't see it. So we couldn't see it because of the
Joe
thermal
Brian, the picture that we're talking about.
Brian has probably seen it already.
No, I don't think he has.
Video that
The
was
Lego.
shown on Jose's show.
Just show him the Lego, and then
show him how we can't see the bottom of the Lego thermal layer. Thanks, Bearded.
What he did, he's got an obstruction, Brian, and it's not physical.
Not obstructed. Chemo, if you continue lying,
well, show him the picture then. Let's have a look.
It's not obstructed.
Not obstruction. I can say this 1,000 times. There's nothing in between my camera and that Lego.
It's not obstruct.
Oh, I've got the image. I've got the image. I've got the image. Here we go.
I got the entire
my mic low?
No, I can hear you, Jeremy.
Oh, Chemo. You're totally wrong. See, I'm not here. I have no doubt that the Earth is round, that the Earth is a sphere. I'm just here to amuse me when you guys try to dance your way out of it. You have one of your own finally figure it out that the Earth is round, and you're all condemning them for it.
Well, you're just...
This is a lying piece of shit, just like you.
No.
Honestly, let me just get my final thoughts on.
You're just a...
No, the Earth is round. You know the Earth is round. The fact that you have to sit here and deny that the Earth is round really amuses the shit out of me. That's why I'm here.
You have centrifugal force on your ludicrous spinning ball that deforms it into an oblate spheroid.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's called and actually, no, the centrifugal force only has a little bit to do with it. It's mostly gravity, but
centrifugal force distorts your fucking ludicrous planet.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
Water up 16 fucking miles.
You can figure it out for yourself.
You can prove centrifugal force. It's called the Oedipus effect.
We do not detect that horrendous fucking centrifugal force
Oedipus
anywhere
effect.
else on the surface
Yes, we do.
of this fucking Earth.
Yes, we do. It's called the Oedipus effect.
It is fucking ludicrous.
The Oedipus effect.
And for you to believe it, an alleged intelligent fucking person.
Oedipus effect. You can measure it yourself.
I thought you relaxed today. Come on.
There's no such thing as
fucking mental.
Yes, it is. You can do it yourself, John.
You are fucking mental.
You are mental, Brian.
Guys,
you are
definitely mental, Brian. No doubt about it.
I jumped in to say something about the obstruction refraction thing. You guys already moved on to centrifugal force.
Brian moved us.
Oh yeah, we're just trying to explain, Kosho, that we can show...
No, I know, Chemo. I don't need an update, Chemo. Yeah, I mean, whenever you brought this up yesterday, Chemo, about Bearded Devil's admittance of refraction being able to do this, and this is already a known thing, Chemo, that mirroring, specifically mirroring, can cause an object to look like it's missing or gone, when in fact it's just the refraction has caused what's below that to be mirrored over that optically. But the thing about that type of refraction is it's obvious to spot, and it has no explanation for anything that's seen obstructing something else. So when you see, for instance, the ground obstructing some object, or you see, you know, what would be the horizon, represent the horizon, obstructing what's behind it. That's not mirroring, and it doesn't explain that. So.
Yeah, we're just asking why we can't see the bottom of the object. And
Jeremy's just posted a good example.
The object is not being obstructed by something physical.
Jeremy's just posted a great example. You can tell that it's being mirrored by the fact that it's the exact same thing as you know, supposedly it's the same thing that it's obstructing. It's the same thing that's right above it. It's just mirrored and inverted.
Jeremy, turn your mic up.
I'll be right.
Super quiet. All we're pointing out is Ranty going back to the globe. If you accept the fact that someone would look at a picture and go back to the globe, well, then more fool you. Okay, because that's
no, that's exactly what you would do, because you know we have pictures of the globe, and you have to deny them in order to say that the Earth is flat. I mean, we have plenty to. This one here should. This one right here should convince you. This was a picture taken on film by real people in a real. Right here, no, look at it, Brian.
Everybody has to step interrupt as well.
Actually, you're interrupting.
Absolute fucking brain dead twat.
No, that was a real picture. You're the brain dead one, sir.
You're the brain dead fucking moron.
No, I'm sorry. This was a real picture taken by real people, right here.
You lying piece of shit.
Right there. Look at this. It's a real picture.
You're a fucking moron.
Right there.
How can we verify this picture,
bastard?
Yes, we can verify that one, actually.
You fucking do meet your maker. You pay the fucking price.
You know what's funny about that image? If you go into Photoshop and you turn out the contrast, you could actually see the square where the image was posted.
That's because they compressed it, moron.
I went back to the globe.
They're all fucking. They Photoshop all the fucking images.
No, actually, this one was taken before Photoshop was even invented. So.
You mean invented for the populace?
I know my microphone is low, but let me say something.
No, written by Debbie.
Because of my own pictures and videos. Shout out to Ranty for keeping it real.
And I think we're ignoring the fact that Bev is an incredibly persuasive individual. And he's obviously convinced Ranty, you know, that this is correct. So fair play to Bev as well.
So anyway, let me speak about this. Hold on, let's get back to this image here. So
it ain't Bev's image. It's Bev's son's image, a 14-year-old lad that he pinched.
No, this one with the globe. Got this globe here.
Take the notes.
Yeah, I just want to know, hey, real quick, Paid, was this taken from the moon mission? Is that the one right there?
Yeah.
Apollo 17, that's the one from the moon missions, that's correct. A real film, on real film, with a real camera, with a real lens, by real people.
You have the original video of this. Would be.
Yeah, it exists.
Do you have it?
Do I personally have it? No.
That's funny because NASA lost all the fucking images and pictures. And
that's incorrect, by the way. You're totally incorrect. Totally incorrect, Brian. You don't know shit.
They lost thousands and thousands of reels.
No, actually, no. Wrong.
Man's greatest achievement, and it weren't locked away in a secure place. They fucking.
Yeah, you don't know how government works. If you don't think that's possible, you don't know how government works.
They fucking destroyed the machine that reads it.
Yeah, because you don't know how government works. Because technology moves on. Brian, you don't know how government works. You don't know how technology works if you think that all this stuff is kept on.
The government's going to fucking destroy the only evidence they've got.
It wasn't all the only evidence, you moron.
Come on.
I know you've got to deny the moon landings too. I mean, it's just deny. You live in denial. Denial ain't just a river in Africa, is it?
Of shit.
The only thing you can do, the only thing you got right now is nuh-uh. That's all I hear from you. Nuh-uh.
So, Paid chill. No.
Keep saying nuh-uh.
Paid chill.
It's like
continue.
Hold on,
I find it amazing that Brian can do that all get muted, and yet I say 3 or 4 words, and I've been muted 3 times.
You don't need to moderate the room, Dross.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm making an observation.
So, Paid chill. I mean, I understand the frustration. You just want to go at the flat earthers, but at some point, you're gonna have to make like an argument so we can have a conversation. At some point,
I'll tell you to Google it.
You know.
Yes, Kimo.
Yeah.
That's all I've got.
Yeah, Google it. Yeah.
Fallacy.
The information is out there, man.
Fallacy.
You guys have your head so far up your asses that you need a plastic navel to see forward. You have to ignore all this evidence. Ignore. That's all you got. Nuh-uh. That's all I hear from you is nuh-uh.
It's
Nuh-uh.
fucking bullshit, you think.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Come on, I want some proof of the flat Earth.
bullshit.
Where's some fucking proof of the flat Earth?
It's fucking bullshit.
Nuh-uh. That's all I hear from you. How come Brian doesn't get muted? How come only Globers get muted in this room?
It's not that you're getting. It's not even about that. It's not to do with that, Brian. Brian, not Brian. Paid Shield. The point is,
Kimo, try to get order in here from everybody, man.
hold on a second, Coach.
Kimo, get people to stop interrupting. Stop
Can you
allowing
just
people
wait
to
a
interrupt
second so we can just get Paid Shield back in here? So look, the idea is, Paid Shield, is to kind of design and create an argument. Because you're just going there, and it's like, just if you were to listen to that from the outside, it just doesn't sound very good, right?
I'm the one going nuh-uh. No, you're the ones going nuh-uh. You're the ones.
The truth is, you're interrupting a lot. Brian's interrupting a lot more. But if everybody just stops, then this conversation.
Timo.
Yes, that's a good point.
Yes, Brian.
All they want
I like it when Brian
keep
talks
going
like this
round
because it shows
and
the
round
strength
in
of the
fucking
flat Earth
circles
argument.
with you. That's all they're here for, is to just keep you going round and round in circles. That's what they're paid for. And you must have seen that. You're still talking about the same shit today that you was fucking 2 years ago. You are just kept here to go round and round and round in circles.
Yes, Brian.
This is
Brian, quite successfully with you.
You need to get out and tell the populace that they're lying to us. Not in here. These cunts will never sway. They're paid to lie. They will never sway.
Okay, let's not throw out accusations now about not being paid.
Hey, Brian, what's your best proof of the flat Earth, please?
Go fuck yourself.
Exactly. You have no proof of the flat Earth. Thank you very much.
Your tangent point is not visible.
I didn't hear that. That's Brian, his best proof of the flat Earth. I know yours, Don. You have nothing either, but
we see past your
You are a
tangent
lying
point.
piece of shit.
Come on, Brian. What's your best proof of the flat Earth?
You are a lying piece.
Brian, that's
shit.
your best proof of the flat Earth.
And you will lie to your children,
Paid is-
and you will lie to your fucking grandchildren. You lie.
So is the radius 290,000 miles?
Sorry, Don. I'm not listening to you. I know you're bullshit.
90,000
I'm
miles.
gonna turn you down.
Guys, Brian is not talking with people. If Don was to ask a question, maybe just see what Don's asking.
Goodness sakes.
I just want to know if the radius is 290,000 miles.
What? Radius of what?
The Earth. If it's a globe, then it'll be 290,000 miles.
Radius.
Yeah,
They
if
don't have a
observer's
radius, do
height
they?
in feet, if observer's height in feet times the square root is at 1 foot, and they see past 1.23 miles away, right? Wasn't it like 11 miles? If you add that all up, it'll be about 290,000 miles radius.
Yes, I see what you're saying. It would be past the moon. Yes, it would.
Yes.
Don, there's a reason why. There's a reason why no one tells you to calculate the radius that way.
Because it's all deception. All of this.
I know, Brian, because you guys can't do math. You guys can't do math.
It's not meant to be calculated that way. It's not one of those equations we can go in reverse. That equation is a useful tool. It'll approximate what the horizon should be at, but it's not a tool to take the horizon and then determine what the radius is.
So we don't have a geometric mathematical stance anymore.
No, they can't, can they? Because it's easily fucking disprovable. They can't have that anymore.
So there isn't no tangent point to the geometric horizon to get your R value.
No, you can't see the geometric
horizon. What the geometric horizon was, you could take the geometric horizon and you could use that to reverse and get back to what the radius is. That's true, but you can't do that with just the distance to the horizon that you see. You have to do the distance for the mathematical geometric horizon.
You can't see the geometric horizon.
Oh, yes, you can. You see it every time you see the apparent horizon. It's a necessary antecedent, Brian.
But you can't measure it.
Where is
But
it then?
you can't.
It's right where we calculate it to be at 3.5 miles. It's just. It's right there. We know it's there. I'm saying it's a necessary antecedent.
Paige Shield, you're not setting a good example for the globe earther side. You're not making arguments. Come on, you've got to do better than this.
Oh, I don't have to make arguments because the arguments are already out there. I'm making arguments with you, showing how ridiculous your viewpoints on them are. That's all.
Yeah, I know, but when Brian shouts something out ridiculous or triggering or whatever, it's best to not let it trigger or impulse you to shout something out back at him.
Kosher, it doesn't require two chefs cooking this delicious meal.
I agree, Kimo. Maybe you should go back to Bustin'.
So let me explain to Paige Shield. Now, of course, you are allowed to vent your anger against the flat earthers. You know that we're morons, we're this, we're that, we don't know what we're talking about. But we've also got to include why we're morons, because that would mean you would have something to show that we're wrong, you're right, other than just saying you're a moron, you're a moron, you're a moron. That's not an argument, right?
Well, I mean, we're morons.
Actually, that pretty much is the argument.
No,
that pretty much is the argument.
The argument, Paige Shield. Otherwise,
that pretty much is the argument, because there's so much evidence out there that you guys have to ignore in order to be a flat earther. You must be.
Excellent. What are the arguments? That's what
I just showed you several of them. You've got Ranty's picture. I showed you the picture from Apollo 17.
That's an unverifiable.
Really quick.
You know, then what do you want?
Well,
we're going to challenge that now. So
we can fucking test.
Yeah, so Brian's going to challenge the pictures. That's what we're going to do. You put out an argument, and we're here to tell you whether that's right.
I know, you're going to say nuh-uh for a while. Keep saying nuh-uh.
Do you believe every picture you see? You thick twat.
I think what we're saying here is
that was a question. That was a question to Paige Shield. Paige Shield, do you believe everything you see? Let's get a conversation on. Paige Shield, do you believe everything you see? What Brian said.
You thick twat. Don't get the end of the question.
But he did ask, do you believe everything you see? Paige NASA Shield.
May I state something really quick?
Yes,
here?
you can, because you can't conduct a conversation, and that was the
In
point.
reply to something I heard Don Gio just say, he said the horizon can't be measured. That is untrue. I and my friend Kosho over here, I can be standing at the beach. I can be standing at the beach, and I can watch him driving a boat to the apparent place where the boat's deck appears to be underwater, and ask him that distance, and I have physically measured the distance to that horizon.
So did you measure the temperature gradient for cold temperatures, hot temperatures, cause refraction?
Oh, here we go. Yeah,
we get lumen.
You get diffraction and reflection.
You get lumen and mirage.
Moon,
temperature, weather conditions.
Mist. Measure anything else.
Not going to happen.
You guys don't understand the horizon is a parent position. It's not an actual position.
No.
You have missed.
I can't see the boat. Why do I need to take into account any other variable? I can't see the boat.
It's a parent position.
But it's different on different days.
Exact spot where I can't see
Yeah,
the
from
boat
sunset to
anymore
sunrise, right? You will have more refraction, more temperature gradient.
Different. I don't care.
So you saying the size of the Earth fucking changes?
The distance itself won't vary that much.
Yes, it does. From sunset to sundown, it does vary.
Then it's an optical effect.
Where the sun's location is, you have to take that into account.
I would like to point out that everything is an
Guys, it's not a sing along, okay? It's like if someone's talking and you're trying to cut in, they don't let you cut in. Don't continue talking.
Please let me finish my thing. It is not everything is an optical with that, Brian. Your eyes are optical. You have to view stuff with your eyes. Therefore, all things are optical. So seeing as optical is a hand-wave dismissal of the fact that your eyes see using optics.
This is amazing, man. You guys are just denying.
Lyle, do railway tracks look like they're coming together?
They are in fact not coming together.
Do railway tracks look like they're coming together?
That's not even the point, Brian. He's not even paying attention to what the location of sun. He's not even paying attention to the location of the sun.
No.
Many variables that you have to look at.
Look like they're coming together.
I'm not going to talk about railroad tracks. I'm talking about the horizon. if I am at the beach and Kosha is driving a boat, and until he gets far enough away where the boat appears to be under the water, that is where I.
Chris, you've got to fix your microphone. That's what the problem is.
Sounds
like you're underwater.
The horizon is a current.
Actually come together.
I'm putting the talk on my phone, and I keep. Okay, so the point at which Kosho's boat appears to be under the water is a point I count as the horizon. And that point can be a physical measured distance away from me, period. No argument about it. I don't have to take into account refraction because the distance varied is not going to be great enough. It's not like if it's 3 miles away, the next day it's going to be 25 miles away. And maybe 15 or 20.
Because the weather's going to change the next day.
That distance varies from day to day. In fact, from hour to hour.
It's not.
We've got
The weather
video
changes.
changing within the hour.
Can I finish what I was saying? I just said the distance varies, but it doesn't. It's not like if it's 3 miles away one day, all of a sudden the next day it's going to be 20 miles away. It may vary 15, 20, 30 feet. That's nothing though compared to 3 miles.
So it's not physical then, because it varies.
It is physical. He physically drove on the boat.
Horizon is not physical.
The
horizon is not physical.
Horizon is physical. It just gets reflected and refracted into the apparent horizon. You have a necessary antecedent of the geometric
Is
horizon.
that the best they could tell you what to say, is it?
The water
Really?
and
This is amazing.
are both physical objects.
How do you know it's there? You can't see it.
Kosho is a physical object. And when that boat completely
Fucking
disappears
moron.
out of my view, whether it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday,
You cut out.
any day of the week, it's not going to vary. The distance will not vary very much. I agree.
Always
that
varies.
You're delusional, mate. You're delusional.
That's beyond
Always
delusional, man.
varies, dude.
He's delusional.
Now, if you take it,
Hey, Brian,
now
this is
if you take
beyond
it,
delusional.
Some days you can see the Isle of Man from North Wales. Some days you can't.
Perfect. But what does that have to do with me staying at a beach?
No, what that is the actual curvature is changing, isn't it? Every day the Earth changes its size.
No.
At the
Isle of Man does
beach,
not change size just because you can't see it.
5.5 feet from sea level. Some
No.
days you can see the Isle of Man, some days you can't.
Pause.
Yeah,
the Isle of Man itself does not change size varied on the days. It is
No, but the
exact same
curvature's
size
changing.
every day.
No, the curvature doesn't
No.
change.
Nothing
Idiot.
changes
Curvature's
size.
tightening up. And
No,
then
the
straightening
curvature
out.
doesn't
No matter
change.
what day.
So
10
what would
10
your
feet is
method of
10 feet, no matter what day
would
you're
you say is
talking
causing
about.
it then?
So look,
You don't think it could be an optical
Weather conditions.
Would you?
Look, we've got Flatsoid here.
Object that's
Hold
10
on
feet wide
there,
and 10
Chris.
feet tall,
Flatsoid is here.
and one day I
Maybe,
can-
maybe Chris, Flatsoid can answer your question if you keep the question clear, so we can hear what you're actually saying.
I just did. I literally just did. He's obfuscating.
Are you with us today, Flatsoid? We just need to.
I'm here.
The fact of the
Excellent.
The fact of the matter is,
Chris,
this,
stop
if I have an
mumbling
object
like
that's
that.
10 feet,
Talk to your microphone. You're mumbling. Can barely hear what you're saying.
Everybody else can hear him fine, man.
No, I can't hear him.
I can hear him, but he sounds.
Yeah, you
like
try
he's
to
in
hear
the
him.
water.
Everybody else can hear him fine.
Okay, so look, Flatsoid is here now. That's great. Another flat earther.
Now remember the Flat Earth Brain Trust is here. Okay, Flatsoid,
Why
go
you
ahead.
discourage people to talk, Kimo? Why you discourage them?
Oh,
What's your point?
fake accent.
Yes, I'm here. So
Oh, no, yes,
why are you
yes.
discouraging the people
Oh, you
talking?
carry on.
Okay, I'm kind of curious. Can I finish my statement, please? If I have an object that's 10 feet tall by 10 feet wide, will that dimension change based on the day?
Yes.
Yes, but that's
No,
what it
the
does.
dimension will stay exactly the same. The amount of the dimension may change, but the
No.
dimension
Let
itself
Flatsoid
will stay
address
the
this,
same.
guys.
That's
I think he means the physical dimensions.
Ryan.
And no,
Yes,
the
the
physical
physical
dimensions
10 feet by
will
10
not
feet dimension.
change.
Ryan. Oh yeah, let
Correct.
Flatzoid have a go.
The Isle of Man does not change size based on the day. It's the same exact dimensions every single day.
It changes angular size.
Extremely cringy,
What's
dude.
causing it that we can't see it then?
Right. But the physical size does not change every day. The
And
amount
what
of
is
it,
causing that we can't see it on some days and we can on others?
I am stating that the fact that the Isle of Man stays the same size every single day. The amount
Yes,
may change
I
every
heard
week.
you and I agree with you. What is causing it that we can't see it on some days and we can see it on others?
Brian, you just disagreed with yourself because earlier you said
I'm
that
asking you a
Isle of Man-
question. What
Brian.
is stopping us seeing it some days and being able to see it other days?
Brian, you changed the goalpost because 10 minutes ago you just said the Isle of Man changes physical size.
Mate, if they're paying you,
you
whoever's
did.
paying
And
this
that
guy,
is
you want to
factually
really
incorrect.
seriously consider his employment because he's talking complete nut and nonsense.
He never said
No.
the physical size changes.
Yes, he did.
Maybe you're misunderstanding. No, he never said physical
He
size.
says
He
the
just
size
said
changes.
physical,
It does not change in size.
not
It's the same
physical size. Angular size.
No, I said the planet must change its physical size, mustn't it?
Correct. Yep.
The planet stays the same size.
So
Doesn't matter
what's
what he
stopping
says.
us seeing it then? It wouldn't be an
Planet doesn't
optical
change
event,
its
would it?
size. We would feel it if the planet changes size. And by the way, what size? How much does the change in the planet change every day? What does that change?
You're just presenting yourself as a complete fucking idiot, mate.
Okay,
No,
let's
what?
change.
How
Okay,
much
let's
does
change
the
this.
planet change every day?
No, let's
What
change this.
size-
No, let's put it this way. If you let Kosher go
What
out on the
size
boat
does
the
the planet
same
change?
distance, Lale, let's put it this way. If Kosher had to go out with that boat every day to the same distance, and you keep seeing the horizon at a different location, which one would you decide is the actual location?
Where I see, I'm going to state this very clearly once. Where I see the boat completely underwater that Kosha is driving off the beach, that is where the horizon is. That distance may change, vary day to day, but it's not going to vary that much.
That's my point.
Chris Lale-
Which
Chris
one are you
Lale-
going to take? Which one are you?
He's not saying any
That's
of
my
those.
point. Which one?
He's not saying any of
That'll
those
be
is
my horizon,
determining where the actual horizon is or where the geometric horizon is. That's you don't use optics and
So then it's not
any
physical.
observation to determine where the geometric horizon is.
So
So
then
you
it's
don't
not
use that to
physical.
determine the shape of the Earth either.
Kosho, where the
Yes.
fuck are you going in this boat?
Wait, Kosho, you misunderstood you may have misunderstood what I said. The point at which the boat that you're driving away from the beach appears to be underwater, that is the place I consider the horizon because I can no longer see the boat.
Chris, you're right. You're right. What they're doing though is they're using what you're saying to reverse the equation and say this is where the actual horizon is. So this is the math that you can use to determine what the size of the Earth is. And there's nowhere that anybody states that you can actually do that. So Chris is right that is where the horizon is. The horizon is not defined purely by the mathematical shape of the Earth. It's also defined by it's also affected by the atmosphere and refraction.
Curvature calculator.
Wait, Mabbit. I'm glad you brought refraction into it. So then how did you get your geometric horizon then?
Mathematical equation that gets you the geometric horizon.
But you first have to. But what refraction do you use though? What type of refraction do you use?
Geometric horizon.
So terrestrial refraction.
Hey,
use refraction to determine the geometric horizon.
Terrestrial refraction.
Hey, Kosho, if we were to do that...
Hold on, Chris. Hold on. Let Kosho answer this.
I didn't know the question.
Again,
you can't hear the answer, Chris.
Use refraction when determining the geometric horizon. The geometric horizon isn't involved in refraction. Refraction isn't involved with the geometric horizon. Don't ask me what kind of refraction to find the geometric horizon.
Why? Why can't we ask what kind of refraction?
It's simple, Kosher. Your terrestrial refraction is based off first having your geometric radius. And you cannot have your geometric radius without having your terrestrial refraction.
Yes, you can.
No, you cannot.
No, no one ever measured the Earth looking at the horizon.
Oh, so...
Yeah, laugh. Go laugh.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. No one did because it wasn't done.
Right.
Hey, Kosho, with me and my little...
You all heard it today.
With my
no one measured the horizon.
I would kind of disagree with what you said. The distance that the boat will appear underwater will change due to refraction day to day, but it's not going to vary like one day from 3 miles to like 12 miles the next day to 2 miles the next day. It's going to be relatively close to 3 miles every day.
Yeah.
That's also not true. It changes
yes.
quite a bit sometimes.
Yes, I said relatively close to 3 miles, which or whatever the distance may be.
I disagree because sometimes you have things that shown. You see sometimes things that are 10 miles further or 20 miles further. So that's definitely not relatively close.
Yes, it's relative to the refraction, the rate of refraction.
You clearly have some optical effect. You clearly have some optical effect happening, and that optical effect just varies from day to day a little bit. It's empirical.
Or the Earth is getting bigger and smaller.
Jeremy's on point with this one.
Yeah, there's some kind of magnification. There's some kind of magnification or something happening in the atmosphere that's always happening, and it just varies from day to day a little bit.
Go back to your last lesson, man. The last lesson that you just made. What you just stated before. That's what you got to repeat, man. Don't bring up bullshit.
That was my point. There's magnification happening in the air at a steady rate, and it varies from day to day, changing where the horizon appears.
Yeah, I never take back what I said about them teaching the class.
No, you were right. You were right, Kosho.
Your last statement was good, man. The last statement you said that
there's an optical effect happening.
It was bad.
There's constantly this optical effect happening.
Yeah, exactly. Optical effects happen that change to where the horizon appears to be day to day. Exactly. Leave it at that.
So it's constantly happening, and the magnification just varies day to day, and that's why we see what we see. It's empirical.
A better way to state that is refraction changes your optical viewing day to day. It's not magnification, because if I look at a boat, the same size boat is going to be the same size every single day. It's not going to magnify and be bigger one day than the next day.
That's also false.
Because if you look at a magnifying glass, you see that stuff is magnified through the glass, made bigger.
No, you get compression at the horizon. There's tons of optical effects out there. You have no idea.
There's mirroring. There's under the water, even though it's on the surface of the water.
Then what do you do with mirroring?
Soundly
what do you do in this mirroring?
Yeah, we soundly showed us the compression that happens. We got the mirroring, flashoids, tons of effects.
How come you guys don't like my very simple, easy to understand examples? Kosho's boat.
We do understand
it. To be under the water. That is where I'm counting the horizon. That will vary day to day due to atmospheric conditions. Pretty simple and easy to understand.
Not physical. Not physical.
Well, the boat is physical, and Kosho's physical, and the water's physical. It's a physical location on the water day to day.
But it will change.
Yes,
so that's your validating. So you're validating. It's not physical.
I agree. The physical location on the water where the boat appears to be under the water, even though it's on the surface, will change day to day. I agree.
So it's all optical.
Man, you got him to say it. That's tough.
No, but the point is that what goes into those optics?
RC, go to bed.
Is it purely optics, or are there geometric considerations? The answer is there are indeed geometric considerations.
Yeah, horizontal plane. Well done.
Hey, Flatzoid, man, they were still on about it that next day about that video, man. I can't believe they just didn't get it.
No. I don't think they're going to get it for a while still.
Flatzoid, what do you think about Ranty looking at a picture and then going back to the globe?
Let me put it this way. The ruler of the seat. Stick a ruler on the screen and say it.
The globe
don't worry,
Wait, is the Globe hero back to the Globe? Shocking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Really?
Sorry, there's
nobody-
no way Ranty looked at a picture and went back.
Exactly.
Well, that's
They're probably
ridiculous.
trolling you
The
guys.
Globers are crazy if they believe a picture can convince a person like that.
Well, it convinced you to dismiss all evidence to the contrary.
Did you guys even see the information he presented? It was quite pathetic, if I have to say so myself, especially from Ranty.
Wait, so
Only a picture didn't convince Ranty. Ranty changed because he was honest. Honesty has to go.
Ranty was never a flat earther, dude.
Like I just did. I look at pictures, my own, taken by me, and then I went back to the Globe. Why? Because I was honest and I looked at the evidence, just like Ranty also did.
So
Again, shout out for being honest.
We'll find out later. We'll find out. Let's give it time
Mhm.
and see if he's serious, if he's not trolling you guys.
You think Jose? You think
If
Jose
you
is
go back
trolling
to
you
the Globe,
guys?
apparently you've never been a flat earther.
You think Jose's trolling you?
guys?
Jose is
Yeah.
a businessman, and he's decided he understood the landscape and saw that the globe earthers was more profitable in the next 5 years than flat
Exactly.
earth.
You think
Exactly,
Really?
Kimo.
Jose makes more than Globebuster?
Jose's about
Well,
the
it just so
money.
happens that more people.
Jose wants the dollar, the green.
Yeah, I know, but do you think
because
that-
most people don't question the shape of the earth?
Sean
Not
G-
all. I mean, not.
George
I-
G
I'm-
wants
I'm-
to live a regular life, just like Ranty, and Sheeple has a business. So these are the reasons why you go back to back to Globe, not because of any evidence or anything.
What does Sheeple's business have to do with the shape of the earth and what he believes about it?
Because his business will fail if he's known as a flat earther. People won't buy his product.
I'm just,
He sells
Kimo, I'm just,
pictures online.
Yeah, he won't
So
get.
can anybody, yeah.
He'll get bad reviews every time someone reviews. They'll say this guy's a flat earther on the reviews. He doesn't want that.
So can
No one has. No one
so can anybody? So can anybody answer why Ranty actually just ignored angular size and perspective with his presentation today?
He's now a globe earther. God
Because
damn
he's
it.
joking. Well, he's not joking. I mean, he's doing it for reasons, not because it's a globe.
hey,
Yeah,
Kimo,
why
I have
We
a
shall
question
see.
for you.
I haven't
Who do
seen
you
it.
think-
Did he say this in the video or something that he's now a Glober or what? Or you just?
Yes.
Yeah, he's moved more to the globe side.
The dark side.
So Brandon.
Because of a picture.
So Brandon
Because of
took over
one
his
white
Discord
song.
server.
What does that mean?
The dark side.
That means he was never really a flat earther.
Mm.
He
No,
was a flat earth.
Ranty is a flat earther. He's proven it time and time again. Like I say, he doesn't want to be
Yeah,
associated.
that's like a no true Scotsman.
No, if you don't want to be associated with it, you've got to do something about it, right?
Dude, he argued for the flat Earth for so long. Are you kidding?
Good.
He
And
went
that
out
is,
there. He went out there and made observations with him. Was he a flat earther?
you're right. That's a good no true Scotsman. Like that's a good one, actually.
Oh,
Right. I'm not looking to throw rhetoric and bicker. Flatzoid just made the claim that Ranty's ignoring perspective. I'd like to know what Flatzoid has done to come to that conclusion. What did Ranty? How did Ranty ignore it? And what should he have done? What's the proper way to take perspective into account? You've already done this, Flatzoid, or you would not be leveling the accusation. Go, please.
Let me put it straight out. He straight said, I don't want to hear anything about optical drop. Where we can demonstrate this optical drop, his excuse was Blackpool Tower should be lower than those mountains,
Well,
even
no,
on a
it's
flat
still-
plane. Which is
Angular
wait,
size.
I'm still talking.
Angular
Still talking,
size.
which is
I was going to say, yes, Curved, if you can do this calmly, Flatsoil would love to talk to you about this, but obviously you're not going to be able to do this calmly, are you?
Ask
It's not going to last more than 1 minute, is it?
I'll be a lot calmer if you don't do this.
Right, so
and
let's get
if
into it then.
Flatzoid, and if Flatzoid answers the fucking question without a bunch of fucking runaround.
Already, you already...
Go ahead, Flatsoid. Go ahead.
I was busy answering, Curve. I will start again.
You're giving bullshit.
said-
Now answer the question.
You asked me a question, I'm answering, so shut the hell up. Okay. First of all, he said he doesn't want to hear anything about optical drop. That already invalidates his whole claim that trying to take perspective into account. Secondly, his argument was that putting a ruler on the screen and adding that to saying, okay, Blackpool Tower, because of this angular size and that angular size of the mountain, it's supposed to sit lower when looking at it, which is false. The angular size of that mountain would be smaller than Blackpool Tower as it shows in the distance, because it'll have active. Don't worry, I'm busy on a video right now.
That right there, that's the answer. What? That's the information you're not giving. That's all you should be saying. That information right there. What are the numbers? You've done this.
Like I said, I'm busy on a video doing it now with demonstration.
You
the numbers
know the numbers. You already made the accusation. You know the numbers.
Triggered. Someone's getting
You know the numbers already.
Yes.
You did not come out and make this claim, this accusation, without having this information already.
Like I said, someone's getting triggered. I said, wait for my latest video.
Did you recklessly claim this without this information?
No.
Okay, then give the fucking numbers.
You can wait for my video.
Oh, god damn.
The numbers will be in your video.
I will fucking choke you out in the ring. I swear to God.
Renty's numbers.
The anger.
Bloodzoid.
Tasty.
Renty's numbers.
You should be angry, Gio. Why do you cohort with these liars? Oh, because you're one too. That's why. Go ahead, mister. Ooh, don't be angry. Fuck you.
Calm down, man. Go get a bottle and get back with me.
Bottle of what, bitch?
Divine, so let's have a glass of wine.
Bottle of what, bitch? What's the accusation here, cunt?
Or a pacifier.
Curve, are you ranty? Why are you getting so triggered?
No, he is.
Hey,
ranty?
why are you so dishonest, Platzoid?
I'm not dishonest.
Why are you so angry?
Yeah, because you're a bunch of lying cunts. I can be angry if I want to. Why are you such lying cunts? Would it make a difference if I were not angry and being loud right now? Would you not be lying cunts? No.
They would still be They would still be totally lying. You're right.
I thought you guys were open-minded. I called you out on a very simple thing, and how do you respond to it?
Here's the thing, Kurt.
You guys-
You alone deal with
By
that
being
stuff.
dishonest. Further dishonesty from you.
Have you guys realized that all he's been crying is dishonesty and lying, but he doesn't back up anything? Very sad.
Wait,
He just did. I mean, you've been proven to be a liar. I mean, you take frames out, you are a liar.
You're lying.
Yeah, you did.
Why are you so angry, Don? Why are you so angry, Don?
But everyone seems to be okay. All the flat earthers seem to be okay.
You sit on a dildo, Don. You sound a little angry, Don.
Who's
lying? You sit on a fence post, Don.
Hold on, who's lying?
Yeah, sit on something.
What did you lie about, supposedly?
Who's lying?
Yeah.
About the frames, about that, when you took the frames out of Red's video?
Really? You know, do you guys?
Hey, Curve, can I make you a T-shirt and send it to you in a PO box? Make the anger be with you.
I don't think.
You know what? It's not like anybody else is getting anywhere with you by trying to play all nicey nice with you. You fuckers just run all over it and continue to spew your fucking lies.
You guys like be stupid.
I told you this argument's going to go on for a while before they understand that all the frames are in the video.
Fuck off. You lie. You're full of shit.
Go to every video and you'll see the frames there.
We could
everyone being dishonest as you.
I don't think that's true.
Usually, when people are using personal insults,
Post any video?
they're losing the argument.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why are you losing the argument, Curb? No response.
It's a good question.
Can I get my mic?
You had your
Don't make me go international, Joby. No, I'm not losing any argument. There actually is no argument. There's me calling you out, and then you cowering and hiding and lying to try to obfuscate. That's it.
I'm sorry,
Now
who's hiding?
that seems true.
Who's obfuscating?
No, that seems true.
You were bitching at. Sorry.
Now, just because
Hey, Kurt.
your legs don't work doesn't make you special. Come on.
My arms also don't work.
So, Curve, do you have the measurements for the globe
I'll
that'll
give you a
match up
hand
this
job.
observation?
I'll appreciate it.
All right.
I got a challenge for Curve, actually any Globers, to actually take out any video from mine and show me through my whole video.
No, fuck you. You may as well just mute yourself. Because you got nothing for me. Until you got the fucking answers to the questions I asked you, until you got answers to what I asked you, you got nothing else for me. You got that?
Switching the burden of proof because you guys are
Why do you always have to talk over people? Why can't anybody fucking speak without you fucking interrupting?
Curve, you brought it up. You brought it up. Curve, you brought it up, and I'm asking you to back up.
Switching the burden of proof, dude.
Yeah.
You claiming that it's Curve, proof of Curve. Where's your measurements?
I said, no, I'm not going through it again. I've already done what I did. You don't have anything. Now you're trying to wiggle out and get it.
Because it's your
And I'm
claim.
not going to let you. You're not going to wiggle out.
I was the one making the claim.
Another L for Curve.
What claim did I make?
Earth is curved.
That it is curved.
What claim did
because of the mountain? The mountain.
We're talking about this observation. What claim did I make about this
Curve,
observation?
how long are you going to scream like this? This is out of control. Come on.
Until they stop doing what they're doing.
No one can speak. No one can think. No one can breathe. No one can operate.
It's under control.
Yeah, I mean, how long? Just say how long you're going to do it for. That's all.
You're not usually like
Get your goons under control.
Look, they are their own people. They are their own individuals. We just need to know how long you're going to go on for like this, so we know.
I'm in control, Chemo. You try to corral me, fuck you. Corral those lying fucking dickheads.
There's only one person cursing and just, spurting out on the mic.
Fuck yourself right up your goddamn Luciferian ass. Now, I didn't make any claims about this. I pointed out the claim that Flatzoid made about Ranty not taking into effect perspective or angular size. Same thing, really. Yeah. I don't remember which term he used for it. Flatzoid made that claim. I want the evidence of that claim, and I want to know that Flatzoid did in order to correct whatever Ranty didn't do.
Yeah, simple question.
Yeah.
It's basically optical geometry. Everything will converge, merge, and disappear.
No.
You're going to draw angles to a picture where a lot of information is already converged, merged, and disappeared. It's the same old misunderstanding of perspective and the diffraction limit that the Globers have after 4, 5, 6, 10 years of this stuff.
You have no evidence to prove that.
They made the claim that this is proof of the curve.
We have the diffraction limit applied to this problem correctly over the flat plane. No hump of Earth curvature in the way. Just a converged optical zone.
Why don't you give us the equation for that?
Had smushed together.
Why is Don so scared of burden of
What's
proof?
the equation?
Why is Don always trying to ship burden
it would
of
be
proof?
3,000 times the height of whatever you're looking at, but it will set early over a flat plane.
Okay.
God damn it. How long are you going to go?
Under close to the
Kurt,
ceiling.
You see what you've created with your outburst.
I waited till Lemon was done to try to respond to what Don Gio was saying over Lemon.
No, because of your outburst, everybody
can get anything out
now. They feel because Kurt
Blow
is
yourself,
screaming.
Timo.
Because Curved is screaming, I can also scream. You're setting
I
the
don't
example.
want to hear from you.
I myself, he's muted. But the thing is, that line that Chaiki is pointing to would have a whole lot of compressed visual information within that line. So the lines of perspective that you're trying to draw with baseless optical geometry will be increasingly inaccurate.
Optical geometry, come on.
Yeah.
It's a new term now. First you have optical geometry over flat plane. Now it's optical geometry.
Yeah, the lines and angles that you're trying to draw.
No, we're not looking over the flat plane. We're looking up at the sky.
No, it's
Yes,
bases.
lines and angles you're trying to draw based off of visual cues. The thing is, first, your brain and the sensor of the optic need to generate a 2D image when the light is spaced far enough apart on the sensor to allow it to do so. So it has to be beyond the angular resolution. Otherwise, the light that's there over the flat plane cannot be interpreted as a 2D image.
We're
So
talking about
first,
two
you need to get an
objects, one
angle
higher
of
or lower
0.02
than
degrees
the other.
on angular resolution up and down from the level of the eyes.
The
Then
hell angular resolution? We're looking at the mountain and the tower.
Then you form the image, and then you form your angle. So you're missing a key step in the process, namely whether the light is spaced far enough apart to be focused on the optic and allow a 2D image to form.
Can you do
that? Sounds like why it looks flat, actually. That actually sounds like why it looks flat.
So this is the reason why the Globers over and over again draw the wrong angles over the flat plane.
Why can't that be the reason why it looks flat?
Respond.
Now this photo is what made Ranty. Go ahead.
No, go for it.
All right, this photo is what made Ranty become a Glober. Can he please ascribe the maths and the testable, repeatable demonstrations?
Yeah,
well, it was repeatable because Dev or whatever Dev truth bullshit, whatever his name is, did it and came up. He had the same exact picture. He went out and did it, so that's 2. Do you want 3, or do we have to have 4?
Comparisons, not opinions.
No, he went out and took the picture. There was 2 pictures. There's not just that one.
Yes, I see 2 pictures. One is an inferior mirage. It has a mirroring effect, and one is clear.
The main meat of his claim is that it's lower than what we would mathematically calculate. But the thing is, there are 2 steps to making a visual readout on an image. First, it has to be beyond angular resolution when the light comes into the eye, up and down from the level of the eyes. Otherwise, you don't have a 2D.
Why do you even ask? Why do you Lemon? Why are you even saying that? Because it obviously is, because it's on Earth. So if you can see the moon, you can see fucking anything on the Earth.
They're becoming Globers because of a poor understanding of the diffraction limit, how the eyes work in perspective over a flat plane.
No. Lemon, tell me this. Why is it that things disappear on Earth, but when we look at the moon, that doesn't disappear from angular size? It's way fucking further.
It's above you.
Because of what I said.
That's why. How about when it's on the horizon?
Up and down
How about when it's on the horizon?
Check
Is the moon always above you?
Angular resolution.
And the moon does disappear.
To the image.
No, it doesn't. It sets.
It goes across the plane.
So Lemon,
you're right, and it disappears evenly, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. It stays the same size and disappears from the bottom up.
See that you have a wide enough angle up and down from the level of the eyes. It's
like you guys want to be stupid, like you guys enjoy it.
Lemon, so what I'm asking for you is to draw a diagram like this, put your math in, and explain to us what is happening. What math we need to use.
You're pointing to at the bottom, you have a whole lot of visual information compressing.
The math,
it's not part of your angle.
What math do I need to use there? I need to know.
They don't know math. Math to them is
abstract. Times the height of the object, roughly. Basically, you need to multiply the height of the object times basically the angular resolution based off of the wavelength of light that you're dealing with. Divided into.
What the fuck?
So basically, we have a 60-degree field of view up and down from the level of our eyes. You divide that by the angular resolution of the wavelength of light that you're seeing through, which is basically 0.02 degrees for an average human observer. 60 divided by 0.02 gives you roughly 3,000. So roughly 3,000 times the height of the object gives you the vanishing point of the object, the true vanishing point, which will set early if you're too close to the flat surface, close to the wall, close to the ceiling. That would be
the moon doesn't disappear.
We're not talking about objects that are setting.
And you weren't too close to the flat surface.
No, they are there all the time. There's not going to set.
Yes, you're too close to the.
Give me the math. How are you work it out?
So levitate up into the air and center the object at the level of the object's true vanishing point.
What?
Wow, that was awesome.
So 10,000 feet, levitate up into the air, where the mountain is 5,000 feet above the level of the eyes, 5,000 feet below the level of the eyes, and you get more of a true vanishing point. But you also have to deal with dirty air. You got to deal with refraction. You got to deal with optical extinction and all that other jazz.
And where would you think?
You can see it with infrared.
And where would you think the tower will be then?
The tower is how big? Whatever that is times 3,000. So it's 7.17 kilometers tall. Whatever that is times 3,000. Let's break out this math.
If anyone's going to build a model, it will be Lemon, and Lemon helping you guys to figure out how the flat Earth model, if there whatever.
Lemon's never done anything, Timos. You haven't done anything either.
No, so there's two decimal places off of it.
Projecting right now.
1,030. Let's see, 0.17, 17 times 3, 20, 40, 60 minus 9, 51, whatever that is. 51.
18.
Something. Oh Lord.
19. 7. 3.
I want to say 510. Let me see. 17.
11.
3,000. So that
divided by 7.
51,000 divided with two places. 510. So it'd be like 510 kilometers, roughly.